Yo, thanks for coming out, Marin, Elmo. Good to see you. How we doing? Not 100% on how the audio sounds, or the music rather, so feel free to let me know. But yeah, audio is fine. Good. I always said TCG Banlist was a meme. It's a meme format. I wish it wasn't. I wish it would be the format since it's the one I play. But yeah, let me pull up the list again. So we got some weird changes. IMO. I think so. Here's the thing. If you're ever on Reddit, which I don't recommend, but if you're ever on Reddit and you look at like the Master Duel sub, every day there is a thread about generic boss bad and ruin game. It's a thing, right? It happens. And so what that means is a lot of people think this, or at least a lot of loud people think this, which could mean that it's the right move to target cards like that, because what the player base feels is how the game plays in a lot of ways. The player base isn't necessarily good at coming up with fixes, but they are good at spotting problems. That's a famous Magic the Gathering quote from Mark Rosewater, right? I just don't think these were the fixes. I think it really hurts that out of all of the things we could have had, we just don't have any direct hits. I think it's really weird to go all indirect. So let me pull up the thing. Let me pull up the ban list. And we can take a look at it. So let's fit this to the screen a little better. Sorry about the jank. There we go. That should be good enough. So here we can take a look at it together. This ban list is so weird. I think so too. I think it's strange. Sorry, kind of awkward. All right, that's a good enough view, right? So we've got a Linkuriboh ban, which I know was definitely talked about. Linkuriboh is in the Snake Eye deck, so good job, Konami. You hit a card that's in the deck. I don't know. Is Linkuriboh really what the problem was? So the big thing, right, is that it can help the level 1s dodge targeting. Yeah. You Veil or you Imperm an Ash or something, they're able to tribute it off with the Kuriboh and get some value that way. You know, I see that. Finally could catch up. Hey, thanks for coming, Nick. Yeah. Hits the pure snake, but not the Fire King. Okay. And I think it's not, I think we can all agree, it's not Fire King that's the problem with the deck, right? It is the Snake Eye half. And so I just think it's weird to target the half that isn't the issue. It's just getting replaced with Anima. No grind, but Poplar is still a +1. Yeah, it's definitely not the same as Anima, right? But they do different things. Anima is just a link one they can go into. I don't know. I was really expecting the Ash, maybe not the ban. I think that would have been good, an Ash ban, right? But I wasn't necessarily expecting it. But it would have been nice. I was hoping for it because I think the issue with Snake Eye, and largely my reason for disliking the deck and saying that I think that generic bosses are okay, is I don't like how easily Snake Eye can accomplish whatever it wants. Also no zone either, but it's nothing for Snake Eye. Yeah, that's true. No link zone down because it points up, obviously, but I don't think that's why anybody who's playing Linkuriboh, right? They weren't doing it for, oh wow, I can get a link zone below the EMZ, right? So I think Linkuriboh is weird. I think that seems like a mostly bad change. At least on its own. Anima is more like a going second board breaker, but Linkuriboh is an overall superior tech. Yeah, they're not the same niche. The only similarity is that they're both easy link ones. But Linkuriboh was, I don't know. It just seems weird. I'm gonna keep saying this. This is more of that design where Snake Eye does really busted stuff, and this card makes that busted stuff even better. I think it's wrong, personally at least. I'm not a designer. I'm as bad at making the ban list as any other player, right? But I think it's wrong to ban around a deck, even if it's new, even if it's expensive. I think you should be careful, but I don't think it's good to ban around it. So I don't really like this ban, at least not on its own. For Baronne, I feel the same way. I think, well, we were talking about in the Discord. Let me summarize my thoughts because I don't know if I was being very clear. Maybe that's not very helpful. So I like Baronne because it is a powerful card. It is cheap now. It's accessible for budget players, which is really important in a game like this where the game is really expensive. And I know that sounds goofy. The price shouldn't matter on the balancing, but it's just part of why I like the card, just to be transparent, right? And it's really simple. It does a negate once while on the board, and it does a pop once per turn. It's got 3k. It's really big. I like it because of the ceiling it gives to worse decks. The argument I'm seeing a lot here in the Discord, at least the one I'm chatting with Ironic, right, is that, well, don't you see what the good decks are doing with the card? But isn't that the same as what I was just saying about Linkuriboh? Again, I'm not saying I'm right, but the reason I don't like this change is this is a ban of a card because the best decks are problematic and are able to very easily access these good cards. Borreload Savage Dragon, again, I think is the same issue. They made Black Witch a level 7, and the level 7 Black Witch plus the level 1 Jet Synchron, sorry, I read the Discord. The level 1 Jet Synchron obviously makes the level 8 Synchro really easily. They can access Jet Synchron really easily through the Ash, which is another reason I wanted the Ash to go, but okay. I hate the Baronne hit. I think people are going to disagree with me on this, but I think the Baronne hit is dumb. I think the Savage hit too is dumb. I don't think those cards are the problem. Hi, I hate the new I hate the new ban list. Hey, thanks for coming out, Real. I don't know if I've seen you around. Excuse me. We have a Discord. Feel free to join. Obviously no pressure, but happy to have you. Yeah. I don't know if I hate it because I haven't looked at it fully. This first page is really where I've been staring at and kind of thinking about. But why Linkuriboh, Barone, and Boral? So I mean, I think you're asking this rhetorically, but they've been hit because they don't want to, for whatever reason, they don't want to hit Snake Eye, and these cards are really good in Snake Eye and good for Snake Eye. So that, and those are all reasons I don't like this hit. They are good hits by their own, but not with some other decisions they made. That's just weird, but look for yourself. Yeah, we'll take a look, because I saw people saying toss format. I don't personally like toss format all that much, just to be honest. It was my first format really playing. I've said that before. But all right, sorry, we'll continue. I think Summon Limit is good, and I saw anti-spells on here too. I think it's weird that Summon Limit and anti-spell are at different spots on this ban list, but that's okay. I think Summon Limit hurts side decking and hurts the best of 3 format, right? When you side deck Floods, when you know you're going first and later in the match, you side them in, and it makes a really toxic, gross game loop. I'm gonna say it again. This ban is kind of around Snake Eye. Now, don't get me wrong. Summon Limit should be out. Summon Limit's bad. I think it is. Remember, all this stuff is what I think. When I say something objective, it's not objective. It's subjective. Whatever. Summon Limit is problematic in a lot of ways, though, because Snake Eye can out their own Floods, right? Ash, Oak, they can out their own floodgates like Summon Limit and like Anti-Spell. And so again, Snake Eye makes these cards which are amazing blowout going into later games in a match, right? Due to side decking. But yeah, it's just another instance of these. I think this whole Forbidden honestly is all a response to Snake Eye, but no direct response to Snake Eye by hitting the archetype. Combo decks are overall more susceptible to Nib now. Yeah, and that's definitely true. That's definitely true. It's hard because I appreciate that, right? I can totally see that argument. I just don't like the reason they hit these cards. I think the reason they hit these cards and the absence of Snake Eyes is that they wanted to keep Snake Eye off the ban list for whatever reason. It is their current baby, and I just don't really like that. I don't know if I just messed up the stream view. I might have, we'll see. Reason money. I know, but when we talk about the game, I don't want to think about it just in terms of money. I want to think about it in terms of game balance. But a fair point in favor of this ban is that it does make the nib better. Oh my god, I'm struggling so much with the stream thingy. What happens if I do this? I can make it much worse. That's what happens. Sorry, I'm kind of playing around with the stream overlay thingy while we talk. That's true, nib does get better. I hate it even more now. It's tough because I was building Ogdoadic lists specifically to play around nib, to play through it with things like Apollousa and Barone. Mostly Barone, I should say. I'm kind of stretching it when I say Apollousa. So this was something I was actively kind of abusing Barone for. But I just think it's a good card. I think good cards should see play and do see play. But okay, we'll move on from that. I think you get the point. This ban list could help slow down the game speed, but could be like one, if not the only positive about the ban list. Yeah, honestly, I don't think Barone is a card that shouldn't have been hit necessarily. I'm just saying I don't think the card itself is problematic. I don't like the reason they banned it, so I'll stop banging on about that. I wanted to get my thoughts in order to fully be able to explain it to myself as well, right? So let's move on to our limits. We've got Arch Nemesis Protoss back, which I really don't like. I think this kind of goes against the last change they made of like the summon limit ban and stuff. That feels less the focus now when we bring back stuff like Protoss. Like, I don't see how Protoss is in any way a less toxic, problematic card than Barone, because while Barone blocks, so with, sorry, reading chat. So with those of the ban targets, I don't get the Barone and Savage hits. Sword Soul comeback, Floodgate comeback after they hit in Floodgates. Yeah, it feels kind of silly to me to hit Floodgates, which I think is largely a good thing, but then to bring back Protoss. I think Protoss is a bad change, but I suppose going first, it really hurts Dragon decks the most, but going second or into turn 3 after going first, it just shuts out the rest of the duel. It's easily searchable. I think that's bad. Title is good. I think the Dragon Rulers are nothing and can come back. I think that's pretty fair. Protoss is toxic. I think so. I think all cards that say your opponent can't play generally become toxic. I think Cosmic Slicer is pretty yucky. It's just the card we have to rely on because we have no other alternative in a lot of ways. Same goes for Thunder Dragon Colossus. I don't like this monster. I don't like Toss. And don't even Elmo, that's so sad. I didn't even realize that Shifter wasn't anywhere to be found, but you're totally right, because it definitely should have been in these 2 tiers. I don't like Colossus. I think it's cool for Thunder Dragon that they get a good boss, but I don't like Colossus as a card. I think they would be better off making Thunder Dragon a fair boss monster that is good. Magic Spectre Kieran, I don't even know what this card does. Nearly every deck can make Colossus. Now that's scary. If you're gonna tell me that you think Colossus, not you literally, but if you're gonna say that Barone should be banned because it's played in every deck and it does too much, and Colossus shouldn't, if this ends up in every deck, I'm gonna be real salty about that Barone hit, I think. Is Kieran good? Was this just on the ban reason just because? If it was Thunder Dragon exclusive, I would be happy, but no. Right. Kieran seems totally fine. What am I missing? This card seems fine. This doesn't seem ban worthy, I guess I should say. Target, it's a quick effect. Target 1 pen monster in your monster zone and 1 monster opponent controls. Return them to hand. That just seems good. Nemesis Corridor can be added by several cards. Yeah, I was playing, I don't know if Nemesis Flag, but I was playing that in a Punk deck a long time ago to search out Eschatos. Corridor is getting you Colossus. I can't tell if the Discord chat is listening to the stream or not, because they're talking about the same thing we are in stream. And yeah, Flag can be added by Banshee, a generic rank 4. I don't know, the Kieran seems like a good change to me. Chicken game hit in preparation for the Tempai Dragons. All right. Chicken game to limit. What, this was at 3, was it? I feel like that's kind of strange because the TCG is kind of restrictive about draw spells. But Chicken Game really wasn't doing anything. So I don't know. Hitting it now does feel kind of strange when it wasn't. It's not like I was seeing a ton of play doing a bunch, but okay. Anti-spell to 1 is a good change. Why is it 1? Right? Why is this not just banned? Oh, was banned. Thank you, Nick. That's weird. Okay, that makes more sense. That's why you never saw it. It's just a draw 1. But I mean, it's not. It's actually a draw 0 because you just cycle the card. It's weird. It's a weird card. Chicken Game can prevent... Oh, can prevent an OTK from Tenpai Dragon. That's kind of cute. I hadn't considered that, but yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, anti-spell, I think it being down is good. I think it's got the same problems and the same annoying snake eye issue as the summon limit. Would you prefer floodgates banned? I think banned. I don't see why they'd be at 1. Because then it's just so swingy. Then it's like really bad about, did you draw the card? Okay, now you win in a 1 in 40 or whatever. Right, I think that's bad. I think that's gross. I think the card should just be banned. If you think it's bad for the game, then take it out of the game. I don't see the point of keeping it at 1. You think we will get more of a video on Rika Ogdo? Yeah, I definitely could. I think disappointingly, I just don't think they synergize that well. I don't think Rika was made for us, for Ogdoadic. So I don't really like it. I think Rika's I think it's just kind of boring. It just links up, it just plays into Nib, which we already do. It locks you into Reptile, Insect, Plant, which other than RIP being the funniest acronym for that, it just doesn't do much for me. We don't have good boss monsters in those types either. So it's got the same issue ultimately as Ogdoadic of just not having things to end on, I feel. So that's the section on limited. For the semi-limits, we've got Armageddon Night and Delicious Memory. Help me out. Delicious Memory was banned? Was it? That can't be. Armageddon Night seems good. I don't think that's gonna do anything. And if it's not gonna do anything by coming off the ban list, it should just come off the ban list, right? Yeah, sorry if that's disappointing, Banana. I'll definitely look more into it. I know that there was new Rika support. I took a look at it. I didn't feel like it changed the way Rika played. It makes it better, but not different. Well, now you can't do Boral Swords, so there's no big problem to get rip locked. Yeah, I guess there's nothing good to make anyway. So, actually, good ban list, because it buffs the Rika Ogdoadic build. I wish Ogdo was just better. I think Ogdo is awesome. I think it can do a lot of things. Check out the channel. Feel free to join the Discord, subscribe. Of course, that's your choice, but we do a lot of experimenting around here to see some limit testing. Dragon Soul, he's not here right now, but he did a really excellent deck that he let me do a deck profile for. That's on this channel. That's a regional top 8. Where are the reptile boss monsters at for real? Yeah, that's what we're waiting on, because then maybe if we had good bosses of our own, I wouldn't have such weird, kind of strange, wishy-washy opinions on cards like Barone, right? But help me out. Where was Delicious Memory at? I guess I can just check in Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro 2. Delicious. This card was at 1, and now it's at 2, which means you're a little more likely to see it off of the other Pearly spell, the one that lets you pick 3. I'm running Lars and Master Duel. Also, Leos is the best normal summon of my Ogdo deck right now. Yeah. Delicious Memory, I don't think it was at 3. I think it was at 1. At least according to Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro right now for the January ban list. Hey, yo, don't do Melusine like that. She's a great boss. I love Melusine. I think Melusine's really fun. She just doesn't... I don't know. I think she's got a really cool collection of abilities. The durability and the attack reduction being not once per turn. No, that's all right, Marin. Thanks for answering. That's all right. Melusine's cool, but she doesn't do anything. We need some sort of payoff for the 0 attack, and the field spell just isn't it. Maybe I'll mess with it more, to be honest, now that we have more limited options, but that also means Coatl is worse, because I like playing Coatl because it can get you to the other synchros, but now that the synchro... Also, I just love synchros. Can we stop banning synchro monsters? Thanks. I don't think that's that much to ask for. But okay, I don't have a lot of thoughts on the semi-limits. I think Pearly's totally fine. The only... Yeah, there's no payoff for 0 attack. I guess you could say... We need a fast payoff. Stuff like... What's that Reptilian boss? Voski? She's cool, but it's not enough. It's too slow. She'd have to be a quick effect. Oops. Sorry. Yeah, quick effect pop. Quick effect steal would be cool. That'd be kind of fun. Maybe like a steal for the turn, you know, kind of a disrupt the opponent while they play sort of thing. Searchable Kaiju is cool, but I get you. she's sort of searchable. She's searchable, but you really pay for it with the reptile lock. And then we got our unlimits. So we got malicious to 3. I think it's so funny how malicious moves around the ban list. I know a lot of people think that, but yeah, Vasky, right. I think malicious to 3 is fine. I don't think this is going to do anything. I guess tier players can gamba 1 out of 40 a little better. Harp horror to 3 makes sense. Orcus didn't do anything when it came back. It made Orcus the deck again, which I think is cool, even though I hate Orcus and I hate toss decks. I think it's cool that it came back. If we get Reptilian support, it needs to be like continuous spell where opponent's monsters with 0 attack, effect, resolve, negate. Sorry, I read that really weird. I think it'd be cool to get Reptilian that work from the hand and do weird stuff. I think we should have a faster ways. Tyr is gonna gamba with light shows anyway, so it's fine. Yeah, so I think Harport coming back is good, even though Orcus sucks and is dumb. I think it's good for people that like Orcus for whatever reason. Terror Top to 3 is also good because my friend plays Speedroid, and Terror Top is crazy good for Speedroid. And it just doesn't do anything else. Like, rank 3 engine being this easy doesn't matter anymore, so it's totally cool. Engage to 3 is, again, another thing that I think is good. I don't think Sky Striker deserves to be done like that. I think the state they were in, they weren't doing anything, right? So it's good that they get their best card back to 3, but also it's a toss deck, meaning I'm gonna have to deal with a toss deck having more power, which I just don't want. But again, I think this is a good change. I think it's good to see the engage come back to 3. I don't think it should be at 2 right now, because I don't think Sky Striker is a problem. So if it's not problematic, why treat it like a problem? Why put it on the ban list? Because that's what the ban list is for cards that are an issue, right? So overall, I guess let's do a quick score count. Let's see what I think of this overall ban list if we count up things that I think are good versus bad hits, just for the fun of it. So I think Linkarivo is a bad hit. I think Barone and Savage are also both bad hits. For the reasons we've explained here, I can re-explain them, but yeah, Engage probably doesn't matter if it will probably mean more people play Sky Striker, and that I hate. I think Summon Limit's a great hit. I think we should be banning cards like Summon Limit. I don't think floods like this need to be around. Only Summon Limit ban makes sense. I see the reasoning behind all these cards, right? But I don't like the reasoning, because I don't like the reason is, oh, well, Snake Eye plays these and they're good in Snake Eye. They're really good in Snake Eye because Snake Eye's busted and can make them super easily. So let's ban these cards that Snake Eye makes really easily. I understand the reasoning. I don't like that reasoning. So it's 3-1, bad to good. Protoss, I don't like. It's a floodgate. I don't know why we're bringing back floodgates if we're going to be dealing with floodgates literally in the slide before. Same for Losses. Title is a good change because it's not going to do anything. Kieran's a good change because it's going to make Magispector players happy. All 3 of them. I know 2 out of 3 of the worldwide Magispector players. Chicken Game is interesting. I don't really have thoughts on this. I'll have to see how this plays out because I'm Baron banned. No, that's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. It just looks like a good thing because Snake Eye's dumb. I'm gonna reserve judgment on Chicken Game. I'm gonna say this probably doesn't matter. I could totally be wrong on that. I'm probably gonna be wrong on all of this, right? But just my initial read, my personal feeling, I think Chicken Game doesn't matter being here. It's whatever at 1. Anti-Spell is a good change. This should have been 0. I don't know why it's at 1 and Summon Limit's at 0, but okay. You know what? I think Konami will undo these hits the next ban list, and next ban list for sure has to hit Snake Eye directly. Chicken Game is just for FTK. Stall decks to draw and do burn. Maybe because no Barone, it is a bad hit on Sword Soul. Oh, that's okay. No Barone is a bad hit on Sword Soul, and they wanted to bring it up by bringing back Protoss. That is true. Barone is basically the best Sword Soul boss monster. I mean, it's the best everyone's boss monster, but Sword Soul specifically makes it so easily. They were in my head the kind of first deck to really use Barone that way. I think these are both good hits. Armageddon Knight and Delicious Memory. And I think this whole list is good hits. So really, I think I only have issue, well, I was gonna say with the ban, but I don't like the Protoss or the Colossus. Sword Soul wasn't playing Barone anymore? I don't believe you. Were they playing the banish spell, banish monster guy? I guess I could see that. No, Protoss declares light to counter Nib. They played their archetypal level 10. Okay. Okay. So they were on... I mean, it's not like they weren't running the card, though. Barone is still great for the deck. But you're saying they were going for Qixing Longwan? Chengying? No, I don't think it's Chengying. It's got to be Qixing, right? I'll find a way to run Chicken Game in my Ogdo deck. I mean, the way you run it is you jam it in, right? No, there's no way they were just ending on Chengying, though. The one that banishes Spell Trap and Monster and Burn. Yep. Qixing Longwan. After Barone hit, Sword Soul will need to go Pillars Counter Trap. I think they were kind of doing that anyway, but that is an interesting argument that the Sword Soul Andes are getting some and losing some here. I think Sword Soul's a cool deck. I just think, yeah, it's better anyway because you burn so much. I don't know, burn's a weird thing. You gotta be built around it to really care about burn damage, I feel like. But I am tempted to mess with the Reptilian stuff a little more, to be honest. That sounds kind of fun to try Melusine again and reevaluate cards like Coatl in the current context of the deck now that we don't have access to really crazy level 10s like Barone. But I'm gonna warm up my drink. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. If there's anything you would like us, time to play Bish Balkan. If there's anything you want to see on today's stream, I didn't really have a plan. I'm sorry I haven't been streaming as much. I've been just kind of busy with D&D prep and not really knowing what to do with Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. So trying to take it easy and try not to burn out. But I'm gonna run to the bathroom. If you know what you want to do today, what you want to see, let me know and I'll set that up. So I'll be back in a few. Don't go anywhere. Yo, we back. Time to play Crossout for Nib. I guess that's possible, but I really don't want to do that because Crossout's so expensive. I wonder, let's check the TCG player price really quick. I wonder if that is going to be influenced at all by people trying to do that very thing. I wonder if that's worth it, because now that I say it out loud, it's gotta be worth it because we die so hard to Nib. I think the Banlist will force our Ogdos to go Xyz monsters again. I'd like that. I'm already playing Xyz with my Ogdos with the armored package too. Yeah, I saw you talking about that, Elmo. I think that's cool. I pulled Run Cross out, but yeah, it's like 12 bucks. Yeah, it's up there. It's right now you can get a damaged one for 12. I'm tempted to buy that, but you can get 15 bucks is about what it looks like for a normal copy, which I think hurts. Poor gang. I think that's tough. Everyone's gonna play Nib now. No deck has. I think that's a bad statement, because I think when you say now, that implies that people weren't playing it before. I think everyone's been playing Nib for a while. I think it's one of, if not the best hand trap. It might be my pick for best hand trap into Snake Eye, and now it's even better into Snake Eye, so we'll see. But Snake Eye wasn't beating Nib because of Barone, to be fair. They were beating Nib because of Flamberge and the field spell. So, okay, that's enough Banlist talk. Let's get back to our regularly scheduled program. I've kind of messed up my thingy, so I got to resize it all. Nibiru plus Ghost Ogre is such a heat combo against Snake Eye. What is the Ghost Ogre trying to hit? I'm actually not 100% on that one. Put those foolish synchro monsters away. No, I love synchros. Don't take away my synchro monsters. Look at both of them sitting in my extra deck, so beautiful. You hit the field spell, it pops and doesn't resolve. Temple. I don't know if that's true, because when this card is activated, this wasn't activated while the card was already face up on the field. So I don't actually think Ghost Ogre does stop this. I could be wrong. So Melusine and Hydra it is. I don't want to do that. I mean, I do, because I like Melusine. But I don't want to do that. But I mean, okay. Let's do some cooking. Let's cut down. Let's not do Venomanaga today. Let's go reptilian stuff. Ogdoadic reptilian. We'll call it that for now. We'll save as. It does. Been doing it for a long time in Master Duel Snake Eye. Opponent mostly turn pass. Okay. Yeah, might be. I'm not the best Rulings player. You might have even noticed that watching me stream and seeing how much I misplay. Right. Let's cut these down. We don't need these guys. Man, it's sad though. Thinking that I won't have these dudes in my deck. Cut the Ogdo because I hate opening the Ogdobus. Let's grab Melusine. I wonder if Reptilian Ramifications is worth messing with. I guess something that really hurts about it is this is crazy Ash bait. This just folds to Ash. But something that's nice about Melusine is it protects your Slicer. I played a bit Reptilian, so best card by far as Ramifications at 3 and 2 Reptilian spawn. I don't... What was the last trap after... Oh, Trap Tracks, probably. Let me... Trap Tracks. This one? Trap Tracks is a normal trap. Target one monster you control, destroy it, and if you do, set one normal trap from your deck, except Trap Tracks. You can activate it this turn. You can only activate one trap card for the rest of the turn after this card resolves. You can only activate one Trap Tracks per turn. So this with Rise of the Snake Deity, so this targets and pops a guy and sets a normal trap, and Rise of the Snake Deity says, when a face-up Phenomenon dies by card effect, you can spec a Venomanaga. So what happens is if you Trap Tracks and you pop a Phenomenon and set this will basically see that, if you know what I mean. This will remember that, and you can activate it because the way Trap Tracks works to then summon out the Venomanaga. So it's a cool little cheat. It's the fastest way that I know to avoid running a bunch of weird stuff like Torrential plus Rise and trying to draw those. So if we do... I just don't want to run too many Reptilian monsters either. But what if we ran like... Oh, it's so bad. What if we ran like a Voski? Because we... Yeah, no, happy to explain. What if we ran that and then like a Recoil? I think Recoil is better than Spawn. I don't think we need more bodies. Spawn is good because it gets us towards Slicer, but Daybreak just does that for us. And so Recoil says you can target one monster you control with 0 attack and one Dark Reptile in your grave, destroy that monster on the field, and if you spec that other monster from the grave. If your opponent activates a monster effect, you can target one monster your opponent controls with to try and do both. Sorry. Let's go Ash Blossom, Imperm. Oh boy, I hope first game you draw ramifications in the field spell and can't activate it. Yeah, it's possible, but it's... I mean, any bad combination of draws is possible. You also, when deck building, don't want to just flood your deck out with useless garbage, right? That's bad too. Lamia, Empress, Elysia, that can pop Phenomenon. Can it? Yeah, but I hate Lamia. Lamia sucks. Target one reptile. Lamia protects Lamia from destruction. Or did you mean Reptilian Lamia? Target spec changed. Flooding my deck out with useless garbage is my that's my personality type, just being useless garbage, but it's not my favorite deck ethos, you know? What are their hand traps? Why am I blanking on this? What other hand traps are good right now? Everybody's mad with the new TCG ban list, and 100% understandable. Yeah. I'm excited to see what the actually good players think, the Joshua Schmidts and like the Farfas. I want to see what they think of this because I'm interested. Lamia to search, and yes, an equip phenomenon by Alicia triggers Rise of the Snake Deity. Oh, okay. It's rage and clickbait material, this ban list. Yeah. I mean, I kind of did that. Mine's not sensationalist. I just put something I thought was funny because I don't want Barone to go. I'm not mad. Rip Barone. Ah, oh, Soul, you're killing me. You're killing me. I miss Barone. I'm just looking for some more hand traps that I want to play. Oh, Droll. Yeah, I like Droll a lot. This is what you're doing, Konami. I'm just playing hand traps again. I like playing hand traps. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5. Let's go for a Veiler. We got some room in our extra. Vasky is an 8, which I like. You should play 3 Corridor. Should we? Target one of your banished. Spec this card. If you do shuffle it, you can target one of your banished Nemesis monsters. Add it to your hand. How? I assume you banish the Protoss somehow and then grab it. How do you do that? How do we do that? Ooh, Vasky is basically the new Barone. Look at that. Once per turn, you can select and destroy one face-up monster your opponent controls. Not you can target one monster your opponent controls, semicolon, destroy it. For losses? I don't want to play losses. How do you even make this thing? It's got a weird summoning condition, right? Or special summoning the turn a thunder monster's effect was activated in the hand by attributing 1 thunder effect. God, that's so gross. Why does it do that? No, I can summon Colossus, then it's not a hand trap. Ew. Let's put some more stuff in our extra deck. What else do I even want? What else even is left? I don't know. I know, it's just gross that you can do that. I don't feel good about today. Just got bad news. Let's give this a try. Let's just play some Melusine. Strenna. Yeah, we could. I don't really make rank 4s all that often, but maybe it'll be worth... We have 1, 2, 3 hand traps. We have a great hand, by the way. We have the best starter. We have the Fenrir. Oh, Runic. Does a Droll here even hurt the Runic person? I guess we have to Droll them on their turn. Oh no, we should hold the Droll. No, I'm being stupid. Yeah, we Droll here. I was gonna say we hold the droll until they try and draw with the fountain, but that's not how droll works. Oh, this is interesting. So they must have the fountain in hand if they're doing this. So let's do the imperm. There's an argument for using the Veiler here, but Veiler, because the imperm can be used on our turn, but the Veiler obviously turns on the talent if they have it, and we don't want that to be live versus us. That eats up our hand really bad. This is the tech that Joshua Schmidt was playing. I don't know if he created it, but that's where I heard about it. So we're going Synchro 6. And we are going to 2 and 4 draw a card. Do I Veiler a card draw? I think probably not. Do I droll there? I think they can have a draw. This card isn't once per turn. But we'll see what they try and chain here. They don't have easy access to Fountain anymore. So I don't really know what they're going for here. So we will droll just because we don't need it on our turn, and I don't really know what they're doing. This could help us here. We'll see. This guy's cool though. I like this Tri-Edge Master. The music stopped a long time ago, didn't it? You people, you gotta tell me when the music stops. I don't notice it. Setting 1. No fountain then. Or if there is a fountain, I don't know why they would do that. I also gotta add another music to the queue because we're just chilling. Here we go. What's your stream drink? We were just listening. Well, that is flattering in its own right, I suppose. Take a guess, Marin. What do you think I'm drinking? I had to warm it up, so that's your hint. Am I an evil monster? Do I drink Sprite mixed with milk that I microwave? Is that the sauce? God, who are you? Me? What's taking so long? Mead. Yeah, it's coffee. It's coffee with currently Mean Girls creamer. Americans drink tea, right? No, Americans drink pop. We drink soda, but I am a connoisseur. I really like Earl Grey with milk. I also like chai latte with milk. That's really good. But recently I've been drinking coffee because tea is just kind of a lot of work. You gotta put a kettle on, then you gotta grab the kettle when it's loud, then you gotta steep the leaves, you gotta take them out, you gotta make sure, you know. Much easier just to pour grounds in. No, I would say tea is definitely not like an archetypal US drink though. I don't think it's super common, at least. I would say I'm in the minority of people. I'm gonna dip out of this. They're just not playing. That sucks. I guess we won with the hand traps. I think opponent just saw Banlist and lost his nerve. Good name. Fusky equals Barone. Good name. I mean, that's really, I'm warming up to the ban list because, and you lose because I'm a better player. That's how coin flips work. And this is not a good hand. Okay, your turn. It was irony. Oh, sorry. I just didn't even think about it, Marin. That makes total sense. Americans don't drink tea unless there's a pound of sugar in it. That's how I am. Sorry, what are you doing? Is this just so you have 0 access? It better not be. Is this just you have 0 access? It better not be. Okay, I think we're just on Scareclaw. Like me. This is going to add the Reichphobia, which the Droll straight kills. Because Reichphobia ain't gonna do nothing. So I like Droll. Ooh, okay, but I mean, we're taking 56 here, right? Because this guy can just attack me directly because he's a super heavy samurai. Draw phase. Nope. GG. Sorry, I just bricked. That makes me want to play the Prosperity in here. Because our starter count's kind of low, isn't it? We just have a lot of bricks. The cash, is it really, Soul? That's so funny. That makes me really happy because I thought nobody was gonna watch that. I love Scareclaw. Yeah, good job. What played through my stuff. I just didn't have anything. I had a lot of fun making that April Fool's video. It's really dumb. It's really stupid, but I think it came out really nice. It taught me some good editing tricks too, because now I know how distortion works. That makes me super happy that you watched that and enjoyed it, Soul. Okay. This hand is scary because it still dies to 1 hand trap. I think we keep the Knight Sword as a normal summon. No, we're gonna discard it because all 3 of these cards help us beat the opponent. There's the Ash. Yeah, we got nothing. Yeah, that was a heavy board you gave me. Man. Okay, I think we need more starters because this keeps happening in this where we keep opening a bunch of hand traps. 1 starter is just not good enough into hand traps, right? Unironically, I thought it was hilarious. I also run 3 Fenrir in my deck now because of it. That's so funny. I mean, it is good advice to play 3 Fenrir. Yeah, unironically, I thought it was hilarious. That's so good. That makes me very happy. Because I thought I would upload that and it would get 10 views and sit like that forever, you know? I didn't know it existed. It's broken. Is it Unchained? Dark World. You can send 1 from your deck to the graveyard. That's fine. I think Droll hurts them pretty bad, I'd have to assume. I'm not sure. I'd have to check the spreadsheet. I don't know what that word is. Is that a German word? Am I very uncultured for not knowing? I want to say it, but I know I won't pronounce it right. Or was it just a typo? Am I overthinking a typo? Yeah, my autocorrect. Sorry, man. Is it German? I need to be bilingual, dude. I'm so useless. I can barely speak 1 language. We're going full trip. We're doing pen summon. It is. That's so cool. Nib is live here. Do they do anything else if I just kill their dudes? I don't think so. I think turn over. Here we go. Wow, it's funny that these also almost have the same stats, these nibs. That's why I can only watch you normally at 3 a.m. Right, because that's the time zone. That's so red. Yeah, I gambled wrong. I guess I could have just read the Swirl Slime, or the Necro. I had a feeling it did something like this. I should have read harder. Although, if this, doesn't he target a DD monster in your graveyard, spec it? This Ash Blossom guy, I don't know if that's a DD. You might have just sacrificed your Flame King Genghis to me, which I'm fine with, but it's weird. Oh, they didn't. Oh, they really didn't. Deus Machinax. Whom we can't out currently, at least. Whom I can't deal with. Imperm doesn't do it either. This sucks. Let's dip out of here because we're not even playing the deck. Let's go back to the drawing board and add some starters. Because we just added the Prosp. That could just be variants. How many hand traps are we actually playing? And how many is too many? This is a lot. This is a lot for a deck that has trouble getting off the ground, at least. Although, how many, I mean, are we just getting unlucky? Is that what's happening? Because for starters, we've actually got a small, I don't know, we've got an all right count now that I'm looking at it. I don't hate this many starter cards, honestly. Maybe it'd be worth slotting in 2 talent, because we've got 3, 6, 9, 10, 13. 13's not that many. 28 engine, 12 non-engine. We got one more because of the new. We just, or no, actually 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. Yeah. We should probably have a little more in there, huh? Huh. Let's also, that's the golden pack ratio. I don't think it's set for all decks though, because engine doesn't mean starter. It just means, I don't know. Yeah, because this is engine, but it doesn't do anything on its own. I think that probably works better for decks that pack plays, like decks that have good cards in them, but we do not have such a luxury. I'm so sad Baron's gone. Droll, while not the best, it's the FTK stopper 99%. Some decks have top way more engine or less. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely varies. Looking at this, I actually don't hate Alistair, because that would give us, if we just played a really small invoked engine, which we have room for. What if we do Elysium as well? Because I like Elysium. If we did something like this, we'd have a little better out to any shenanigans our opponent is trying to do on our turn. This would be a good alternative. Oh, we need the secure. Do we need? No, we just need Celine, don't we? No, Artemis. I always forget her name. The thing is, Super Heavy is getting worse now because they are only played as engine to turb out Baron. I think that's fine. I think Super Heavy is kind of gross in the current way it's being used, at least. Let's cut the dark. Yo, normal summon Alistair based. Yeah, let's go, because we can go Alistair into Artemis, then use up the Artemis, and then use the Artemis and the Alistair from grave with Invocation. Something like that. We got a few more starters that way. I'm just a big fan of the Alistair starter as well. I just think it's funny. I like Droll, but I think maybe it should be cut from this. Let's give this a spin. I mean, ultimately, I just don't think the Reptilian stuff is that good, but we also haven't drawn it, so I can't say how good it is if I just don't see it. But something that really hurts reptiles that we could use is card advantage. You def have to put in Purgatrio against Snake Eye targets, Flamberge. Oh, I hadn't considered that. Eating stuff out of their graveyard. But I mean, the goal is to make Mechaba, but I do see what you're saying, and having something good to chew up their fire monsters from grave with. That's not a bad idea at all. And we do have the space. Like, the extract's really not very tight right now. We are second. There we go. 2 starters and a called by. Plus 2 cards we're happy to send to the graveyard. So this is the kind of hand we're looking for. Although I don't know if we're playing through a full dino board, to be honest. Adding the Misk, yeah. I don't know if we're playing through a full dino board. Sorry, voice crack there, but we'll do our best. We add a minute. Sorry, I have a small bladder. I'm gonna run to the bathroom again, because what else am I gonna do? Stare at them combo off of me for 10 minutes? Yo, I'm back. Thanks for waiting. God, I wish they were done. I mean, they're gonna end on like Tyranno and Barone, so we really need to hit something like, or not Barone, like an Apo. I say those cards interchangeably a lot by mistake. So we're really looking for something like an Imperm off the top, right? Because we have access to our combo. It's just about being allowed to actually go into it. Something nice about links and tokens is that Tyranno doesn't do that much against them. And so if Tyranno tries to hit our curse or anything, we can tribute it off for the tokens. Although if they hold, then we're really stuck because they can then flip our monster down. Because if they flip it down as Chainlink 2 to Daybreak, then we won't get any tokens, right? I believe that's how that works, because targeting effects can forget the monster if it leaves. Also, something that I don't love about the Leos builds is I feel like my turns end to hand traps way more often on a Leos build than on other builds. That's probably just down to practice. I probably just gotta talk to Dragon more. Dayhell, one thing, because I have to go soon, I love your streams and I'm giggling like a child watching favorite cartoon when I see you streaming, so keep it up. Hope we can catch up more. Hey, thanks so much. That's super nice to hear. That's a very nice thing to say. It's a pleasure streaming. It's really exciting streaming for any number of people, but it's really cool that we've got more people here than we used to, so it's cool to see it grow. Thanks for coming out. We got Stone in the Discord. He loves Hero, but it's hard to make it work. It's definitely not like a meta deck, you know, so it struggles. But I mean, who among us doesn't know that pain? We are gonna see, oh, we're gonna see a Lars here. There's no way we're playing through this board. There's no shot. There's for anybody who enjoys that kind of thing, a new Black Butler anime is beginning today, and it's being animated by, if I'm not mistaken, my favorite studio, which is Studio Wit, which is unfortunate because I don't like Black Butler, but my wife does, and so I'm really excited for that. I'm hoping it's good. That'd be nice if she had a good show to watch. I don't know why I think that. Let me try and find my source on that. Hey, it's the girl. It's Barone. Barone Deflower. This can't be the optimal end board, right? They've kind of just ended on stuff, it looks like. This is a weird board. Standby, Barone is asking, can I leave? Oh, it's animated by Cloverworks. I totally lied. Cloverworks is one that I really like, though. Okay. Surprisingly, they kept their Barone. Let's lead with the ramifications. This is a really good pun because I think the idea is the Japanese pun being lamification, since it's a lamia. We'll go for a reptile, or reptilian, and a reptilian spell. If this gets Baroned, I'm totally fine with that. I think we stop the Ash here because I don't think we're going to get more value out of our called by. Ash is a pretty high priority target. All right, that was the Barone getting used there. Right. I wasn't paying attention, so I'm checking the stream. Yep, okay, cool. I should remember, but I didn't, all right. So Barone's out. So now we're kind of free to pop off. Let's send our Naya, send our Nunu for free, and now we're gonna go for Prosp. And I think I wanna dig for Gas, because we're actually in a position where we can deal with what they've got set up pretty handily. 3, 4, 5, 6. but we want more. Snake Rain is exactly what I was looking for. Otherwise, honestly, the Imperm isn't bad because the Tyranno can't really deal with our stuff if we go for the Imperm. Yeah, let's take it. This guarantees our slicer gets set up. So we'll go this on the Tyranno. And now we're free to just play. So if they have Nib, they got it. They'll kill our stuff. But if they don't have Nib, then we have dealt with their things. We've dealt with an Ashe, a Barone, and the Tyranno, which feels pretty good, honestly. Not the most cracked board, not meta by any means, but certainly some powerful effects going on. Here they are getting the prompt to pick a monster from their grave to summon to their field, which they didn't do because they didn't understand what was happening, probably. Or they incorrectly assumed that by not doing that, we wouldn't get a buff. It's part of the summoning condition, mate. It's really dumb. Believe it. It's really how it works. We'll use our Daybreak, tribute off our Curse. I always, when I'm explaining Daybreak, I always tell them it gets me 4 tokens, or, you know, I tell them how many tokens I'm gonna summon, but you actually don't need to declare. You just tribute a monster for cost, and then the game continues until that's decided to have resolved. We've got our Daybreak and Grave. We're gonna go bam, bam, into you. Bam, bam, into you. There's an argument here for me going into Echidna first. Definitely. We can send Zoha here if we wanted to with our Daybreak. I don't have anything I really want to do with it, so I'm tempted to just do that. We could also put our opponent's stuff in defense mode here if we wanted. Send... Let's just send the Zoha, that way we can get the Nef out of our hand. We also haven't normal summoned, and this would allow us to... We still can't kill more things if we normal summon, so let's not bother. We'll go in here for some damage. It's gonna use its effect, so it's gonna negate that. But that would have happened anyway, and we'll finish off this guy. And now we just want to use our planet pollutant before our opponent's able to actually use their monsters. This is especially good with the Misk being out of the picture. Something I really like about the Ogdo Dino list I used to play was being able to recover the Misk with the Alert. I wonder if that's still worth playing Alert for, because honestly, being able to get Misk back is so big. I also think if they had a Lars, we just weren't playing out of this turn, and I think they definitely could have had a Lars. Going for a prosperity of their own. Prosperity is such a weird card. It lets you dig so far into your deck, but at the end of the day, it is random. What you got, opponent? Please do something. I should go to locals tomorrow. I haven't gone to locals in quite a while. It was a couple weeks because I had my... Why was it? I don't even remember. I've just been... Well, one was Easter, where I went to the shop and it was closed, so I went outside and I watched geese for a while because I had nothing else to do with my day while my wife was at work. But especially now that... Well, I guess the ban list isn't in effect yet. It's actually not effective until the day after tomorrow. I wonder if they'll play with it tomorrow at locals though. That'd be interesting to see. I could definitely see that happening. Picking up a Scrap Raptor. That's not going to do anything for you. I was scared of seeing a lightning storm or something off the top here. Got home finally. Hey Dragon, did you get your video? Well, you got it filmed, didn't you? Still got to do some editing, I assume. Welcome home. I'm excited that I was able to get a profile filmed. Yeah, I don't know when it'll be up. That's pretty sick. I'm excited to see that. Just an option. If you wanted to, we could always upload it on my channel. But I have a feeling you'd like to see it go up on your own. The one we did together, the profile we did, has been excellent for my channel, so I really appreciate that. I just want to say that again. Thank you so much for helping me get that one out. Today we're just playing some kind of janky Ogdoadic reptilian pile. I think what should have happened is, I think it'd be cool if Melusine, it's not going on my channel, it's someone else's. Oh, that's awesome. That's so funny. You're just helping people grow. Because I wish Melusine did the recoil thing on its own, where it steals a 0 attack monster and negates its effect. That would be really nice. Maybe that in exchange for the durability effect, since we don't really need durability, since we've got the make you 0 effect already, you know? What I should do in the future, maybe this weekend, I'll do... Why not your channel, by the way, Dragon? Why not put it up on your own? Because you've got one. Well, isn't this a hand? It's not going to... What's where's Nick? Don't look, Nick. You don't see anything. I didn't... It's fine. I didn't draw them, okay? Yeah, there's just nothing we can do with this hand. We'll just pass. I mean, objectively, I should have just set the called by, but we'll see what they start with. Maybe they're on... Oh, it's the Dark World guy again. No, or Dark World, the DDD guy. We see us again. I got nothing for him. Yeah, what I should do in the near future is I should play Dragon's List and try this out and learn it myself. Part of the problem is it's just hard. This is a hard deck. Why don't we give it a go though? It's also, funnily enough, not affected by the ban list. The ban list just does not matter to Dragon's List at all. What do you think of the ban list, by the way, Dragon? I know we were having a lot of talk about it in the Discord, but I'm curious to see what you think. I think it is misguided. It's a high skill ceiling, but I love, for that reason, room for a ton of skill expression. I feel like, for whatever reason, I think that the Leos is like the best starter. I think it's an excellent starter. But I just struggle with it. I feel like my turn gets ended by Ash way more when I play Leos than when I don't. And I think it's decent, but I wish it directly hit Snake Eye. Yeah, that's largely how I feel. Is I just wish it didn't hit Snake Eye. There's actually a lot of stuff on this list that I like. We were going through it and I was taking a look and kind of just trying to vocalize my thoughts for myself as well. We've got a hard activated Fusion Destiny first action. Oh, that must mean they're on hero, right? I guess a good question to ask is, how do we foresee the ban list changing the format? How do we think this affects locals and regionals? What's going to be different in decks? What's going to... I think it'd be cool if it meant that new decks would be playable. I think that's kind of the goal of Banlist, is to bring new things into the fold, but I just don't think this one's done that. I don't think this Banlist has facilitated a new deck rising up very far. We'll see how we do against Macrocosmos board too. I think it makes Nibiru much better, right? Yeah, you can just feel really safe maining Nib, but I posit that everyone was doing that anyway. Baron was a crutch for some combo decks to hide from it. Yeah, that's definitely the argument I like most against Baron. That's the one I think has the most grounds. I've also been in the mood to play some Dark Souls 3 again. It's a game I really like because on this channel, it's not a super high watched video, but I've got a 3-hour Dark Souls 3 playthrough. It's a speed run, not a good one, but it is technically a speed run. It's one where I attempted to go fast, but I was thinking about trying that again. I think it'd be cool to try and use my own route and get to a better time, because I was doing it with a weapon that is far from the optimal. So I wonder if I practiced more with the best weapon, or one of the best I should say, if it would change things. That seems like kind of a fun thing to try my hand at again. Got a lot of hero stuff going on. Is that a... Yep, there's a plasma. Negate the effects of face-up monsters while your opponent controls them. Gross. Hi, IAS. Let's start with the Naya. Since we've got it. We've got the Snake Rain, so if this gets hit, it's okay. It doesn't. How do we out Plasma? Because we're actually going down. We're getting debuffed by 200 per hero. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my god, it's all but one. That's 8, so that's 1600 down, is it? No. We're losing 1600 attack points. So our Ogdoadic actually... Oh, and this is getting buffed by the Decimator. That's so... What a funny synergy. If we send the curse, I guess we just do it. Here's the thing, if we go Fenrir, we can out the Enforcer. So let's lead with the Fenrir. And by we can out the Enforcer, I mean I forgot what I was just talking about. I guess we just spam? Is that the play? Oh, they've got the Ash too. Here we could go for a Nephilibus, because we're only losing attack, but then they can just suck our monster. So if we go Nephilibus, to be fair, skill drain on legs is kind of painful. Yeah. Because then Neph can't activate. We've got, yeah. I think we just straight lose. I don't think we get out of that one. Not that it's the deck's fault. I think that's just a really hard board to crack. And we just didn't have like an Imperm. An Imperm would be huge for us there. I have a feeling this is DDD guy again. We'll see. We're up first and we have no starter, but we do have thrust. So let's go for the Prosp. We could do it for 3. I kind of want to do it for 6 because I feel like if we do it for 3, they won't stop it. And I almost want them to block this. Oh, I need to take the SP out though. It's just not a card that I'll be playing. We're not going to time, so I don't need you, cowboy. But I do appreciate you, smooches. and dark. Nice. Snake Rain off the top feels good. Snake Rain off the top plus Water Lily feels really good. And the 2 Water Lily helps facilitate that setup. The Archosaur is a brick, and that is annoying, but it's fine. Nice. Unimpeded. So here we can go for the princess line, which I like. Otherwise, we go for the slicer line, which I think is also good. But why don't we try playing it a little differently? So let's send the Neff as well. Here we've got a normal summon. We'll go up with our curse. Curse will target and summon out our Naya. And the whole time we've got a thrust live. Or if they do something, we've got a thrust live. Pick up our Daybreak. Activate the Daybreak, tribute the curse, see if they've got anything. I don't know what they'd respond to this with, at least. We are now in danger of Nib, but it was gonna happen. We also have the Water Lily, which means we can come back through the Nib as well. So Princess requires 2+ effect monsters. So we just gotta turn these tokens into a effect monster. So probably just an Echidna. We'll go like this. We'll go up into the princess. Now the Mega Corella does hurt because it requires that we discard a card from our hand. We probably go the thrust, which isn't even that big a deal because the thrust isn't doing anything for us. So we can tribute off a reptile in general. That's funny. We'll tribute the Mega Corella. It's a little harder for them to interact with this way. And we'll summon out Elios, who will, on summon, attempt to set the Singularity, who will set the Singularity. And now from here, we could deck thin a little more. I think we will, because the Leoses in deck don't do anything. Same for the Misk. And we could make 2 monsters in the field become the same type and level. I don't think there's a reason to do that. And from here, we just go up into Whale. So now we've got Princess live. And now we're going to use our Water Lily that we just had as a huge extender. Because just double checking, 1, 2, 3, 4, plenty of reptiles. We could just set up a Royal, but I think we could also get a Slicer going, because if we go this summons the... Yeah, if we do this, or really kind of a wide number of other options, this gets us a Slicer. We'll use our Neff to bring back... Can we have an Apo? Yes. Because we have a Daybreak in the graveyard. So if we bring back the... Oh, we can't. IAS is the tribute. For a planet pollutant. Oh. That's cool. Yeah, that's really cool. So you're saying res IAS. Oh, I see. We're going to res it here. And then we'll go bring the Nunu back. And then we'll make our Slicer with 1, 2, 3. Ah, very classy, Dragon. Very cool. Sorry, I'm playing kind of slow. I'm just getting the hang of it. And now we've got 2 killer trap cards set. We could make 1 more body, but there's really no need to. Holy crap, did I burn through my extra deck here. If we could make a Masquerena. No, we can't, because we have no more zones. So we'll pass. And now we've got a Princess if they special summon. We've got a Singularity to set up a Lars. who is 2 negates, and we've got the Planet Pollutant to wipe their board. Not to mention, the whale does a thing. Target a link through or lower in your grave. Oh, I forgot to make the mask too. So this echidna should have been Masquerena. Sorry, that should have been. I knew it. I called it that it was this guy again. The good news is I don't think he's running any like board breaker style cards in this deck. Promethean could just pop this. Echidna should have been M-frame. Why that? Wouldn't we want it to be mask so whale can bring back the mask? I think I just want a Promethean this, to be honest. Ooh, I gotta be careful because now I'm fire locked, aren't I? But Lars is fire, so it's fine. Princess would lock you into fire and you couldn't revive mask anyway. Yep, totally makes sense. We are letting them get a talents off here. If they use talents to steal the slicer there, that would have been better for them, but then we just would have been all right still. I'm gonna make the list a little smaller. We'll see if that's still looking good. M-frame lets you set up to pull 0 lock if nib is dropped. Okay, that's fair. They actually have the Dark Ruler here, which our held singularity plays around. So there you go, kids. Don't just shot these cards off in the early phases of the turn. We do want to get our Lars up now. And through it all, we've still got a Raigeki set up. We have a lot to get through here. And they Dark Rulered us. Dark Ruler and Talents were both hit on this turn. I think we're all right. What do you know? This deck's pretty fun. This is my first time playing it too. That's so funny. I would love to bring something like this to locals tomorrow, but I don't have the cards for it. We could have nuked here, but they don't have a link engrave, so I'm not really all that worried about a level 8 synchro, to be honest. And soon I won't have to worry about link engrave at all, because Savage will be gone. Also, Alert does indeed bring back Misk and Mega Corella after, say, recharging negates for Lars. Yeah, it's a real synergy. It's just about whether or not you think that's worth it, right? With the whole giving your opponent back any monster from the grave that they want to their hand, which is huge. Which is enormous. I mean, what are you summoning with Misk in that situation? Well, it'd be talking about more of a dino focus build dragon. So one where you have level 4 dinos, because eventually you will build up more in your graveyard. So during your player's turn, so that's a quick effect. So we're not gonna do anything. What does this guy do? During the player's turn, wait, what? Once your turn, during either player's turn, if you took any effect damage this turn, you haven't, you can detach 1 exceed, then target 1 face up, it loses. If this card is sent to the field of grave, you can send 1 DD or Dark Contract from deck to grave. Okay, we're not sending that to grave. Are you trying to just make a Zeus, I wonder? I guess, or banish Misk, Archosaur, Tulius for the 3rd. Lamau, yeah. Machinex. Let's go for the kill on Deus Machinex. Although that is going to trigger all these idiots, isn't it? No, from field to grave. Oh, wow. That's terrible. Dang. This looks like a Zeus line. Yeah, it was a Zeus line. Just didn't do anything. The Promethean's fun. Go figure. It's just a shame that her price is down from what it was at least, but it's still 18 bucks. It still hurts for one card IMO. IMHO. That was a fun duel. Good list, Dragon. Good deck. I wonder if I'll end up still liking cutting the royals from my personal version of this. Such a shame to open the Fenrir and the Nunu, but I guess that's what happens when you play 3 Nunu. I think we just start with it. Get this Amnesia out of here. That feels good. We go the Nunu. I don't think there's a reason to do it in a particular order, the Nunu summon and the Zoha normal summon. I don't think there's anything to it. I guess the Fenrir becomes good discard fodder for Snake Rain if you open the Nunu alongside the Fenrir, but still, it's not ideal to be relegating a card as good as Fenrir to be discard fodder. I do Nunu before Zoha to play around Bestials. Ah, that's right. Sorry, I knew you had mentioned it at some point. I just couldn't remember what the play was. Target our Naya. Now, this is very interesting as a position because I'm not sure how to use my prosperity here. Do I just hold it, I guess, and wait to see what they do? Because what we can do is set up the Promethean line, which I think I do want to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to go Shock Trooper. Shock Trooper and Naya into the Promethean. The Daybreak, targeting the Naya. We're going to send our Mega Corella. Use our Promethean. Bring back our Mega Corella, who, good thing we were talking about discard fodder, has plenty of it. We will discard or tribute the Mega Corella and discard our Fenrir as it's not doing anything in our hand, and summon out a Leos to our field. Unfortunately, it's not going to get the full value, but that's okay. We're going to deck thin, and we'll make a whale. And now we're in a pretty good position because even if we get nibbed from here, we have a play. I think this is a good spot to go prosp. What am I even looking for though? Because even if I open Snake Rain, I can't use it. I have to, that's the downside of opening the Singularity here. Let's go 3 and just see what we hit. Unfortunate. That is tough. I suppose we could just go Masquerena here, but it doesn't do anything except give us a use. So why don't we do this? Why don't we set the droplet? Oh, never mind. We have a royal in our graveyard. Let's summon out an Amnesia. I never get to use this card. And now we've got a droplet ready to go in conjunction with the Singularity's activation for a free bit of fodder. Okay. I hate that. But they are going to be summoning from their graveyard, probably. Uni-Zombie, who I don't think I want resolving at all. So let's droplet that. Bam. Lars hits the board in attack mode. That might have been preemptive, we'll see. I just wanted to get the value out of the droplet getting the Singularity, but it looks like it was correct. Yep, they're not playing through that. We had a Lily. Oh, but we have no reptiles in our graveyard. I remember this time. There are no reptiles here. If a monster is special summoned from your opponent's graveyard, I did get rid of my dark, which was a mistake probably, but it's actually not a huge deal, I don't think. We're missing Anaya. So from here, I don't know, we just go battle phase, don't we? Oh. Normal Zoha can just get game on board. No, much better to drag it out and not count things, Dragon, don't you see? Sometimes you just don't feel like adding. Is it worth making anything else from our deck? We could get rid of the zombie world, just straight up. We also have another King of the Feral. We could go searching. Because we go... Yeah, let's go for the King of the Feral. Good placement. Zoha. Yeah, we would have just had lethal, but oh well. Also, just noticed that little spirit guy in the middle of the board here. Thought that card was super creepy as a kid. Put out a King of the Feral, a coat fee. Or a cot fee, I guess. Throw you in the grave. Ooh. The IAS is tempting to get rid of. Let's add a Mamba. Here we could just go and make a Baron, except you don't play it. That's interesting. I quite like Baron. Yeah, we just shut him out too far. Oh, they're trying to do a thing. So if they can get an Eldritch out, they can get a pop. But otherwise, it's not going to do anything. Zombie Master! I mean, they're going to go for a res. We just let them have it, right? You can send one card they control to the graveyard. Oh, that is unfortunate they got a Mizuki to the grave. We will have to deal with that later. But we can respond here with our Amnesia and get rid of that Unizombie again. We got the counter to zombies. Mizuki going to bring out the Unizombie, who we are going to kill with Promethean. This time we will use you. Destroy that. Destroy that. We're gonna get a Shock Trooper back from our graveyard with the whale. Except no, we're not, because we're fire locked. And I think we're safe to go for lethal here. It's just gonna make a guy, right? We can deal with the guy. I can still deal with two guys. Oh my god. I let them wall up again. That's so funny. Oh, it's so funny. To activate you. Sorry, that should have been lethal again. Although I will argue it doesn't really matter. We're holding him down pretty well. Let's do this. Let's get our king set up too. Get the Ogdoadic to the graveyard. go 1, 2. Get a Phoenix. Phoenix actually does something. It pops these. That's so funny. And now we can special out the Mamba. Mamba lets us change this battle position. Really doesn't matter which. Sending a card to the graveyard. Send that. And now we got 2 bodies to get out our Aaron. I stan a defense position king. And we're just not going to kill these because getting them in the graveyard is just worse for us. What do you got, zombie opponent? We've got 1 negate left. We've got a revival punish, and we've got a search punish, along with if a... Where is it? God, these cards. If your opponent adds... Yep, if a monster opponent controls is sent to the graveyard, and this says, if a monster is sent from your opponent's hand or deck to the graveyard, they trigger each other, which is really cool about the Royals. This feels very win more, though, I will say, having these 2 out. Super poly. Well, we're gonna be winning less now. Yeah. Oh. Interesting. Promethean's active again because of Lars. Also, this guy does nothing. We just use Amnesia. Amnesia will... That's fine. That's fine. Oh, that's funny. They blocked us with the zombie world here. We can just out this though. Change that monster's attack to 0. Special summon a token. We don't even take damage? Oh, we do. We just took a little bit. They're going to set an Eldritch Trap. They're going to set another. So we just stop the Sanguine. Sorry, I've been kind of messing around. I think that's why they've been getting away with being alive for so long. I want them to do something that yes. Good. I was gonna say, I want them to do something that forces the Lars out so that I have a good excuse to tribute him off. We'll send the IAS, because now it's live thanks to Zombie World being around. That's not what I meant to do. Oh, that sucks so much. I didn't mean to do that. I was gonna revive that with the water lily. I just clicked wrong. We'll change you to defense. Change you to defense. You attacked. Is Protoss... I'm throwing so many times. Zombie World's a card. I mean, it's not even Zombie World that's beating me right now. Oh! I'm stupid. I'm just dumb. I forgot. Again. And now I'm just letting them do stuff. This is kind of a cool Eldritch deck. It seems pretty casual though, like the Zombie Master, the Nether Soul Dragon. Golden Land Forever. They have an Omni. Is that it? Do they have no more recursion? Yeah, that's it. So they can only clear 1 monster here though. Oh no, they can clear 2 unless this makes tokens in defense position. That seems so bad. This is a better Reptilian than all the Reptilian monsters are. I don't know why they didn't make a token there. I don't know if that was by choice or not. Okay. Let's end this. Let's bring out our Ogdoadic. They have an Omni. Zombie lock from the Elixir. Oh, it doesn't make zombies, does it? Doesn't this make zombies? Token is a dragon, I assume? No, it's a zombie. They just did it wrong. Alright, let's end this. With the Econ. Gets us right through to lethal. Swing with Aaron for game feels good. Yeah, surrender. Nice. So I was throwing, but we still won. Nice. I'm chilling. The stream is kind of dwindling, so why don't we call it here for today? Thanks so much for coming out, everybody. This is a fun one. It was fun to talk about the Banlist and to play some of this deck. I think next time we stream, I'll try and play just this deck and I'll get to know it more, and then maybe we'll make a combo guide. People want that. I don't know if you really need it, to be honest. It's just about playing the deck, but it might be worth it. I do want to make a video showcasing the Promethean and the Slicer lines, as they both start very similarly, but they end differently, and so I think that's good to do. So we'll call the stream here today. Thanks so much for coming out. If you're new, join the Discord. If you're not, thanks so much for being part of the streams. It's a blast having you around. I'll see you next time.